Center! Beat! Forward! March!
Please remain standing for an interfaith blessing performed by 2014 Ellis Island Medal of Honor recipient, Reverend Timothy R. Scully.
Let's call to mind the memorable words of Emma Lazarus, written nearly 150 years ago, as she gazed upon this same give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses, yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuse, send them to me. Loving God, may we always be untiring advocates of the cause of freedom and justice for all. Amen.
And now, please welcome the 10-time Emmy Award-winning reporter and news anchor for WPIX New York and tonight's co-master of ceremonies, Mr. Marvin Scott.
Thank you. Good to see you, everyone. You can feel the goosebumps and sense the patriotic fervor sweeping this room. Absolutely. Making us all feel so proud to be American. And as we join in the national anthem, I couldn't help but remember, thanks to Google, that this is the 200th anniversary of Francis Scott Key being inspired to write it when he saw our flag was still there over battle-scarred Fort McHenry in September of 1814. It certainly is fitting that we are all gathered here on this hallowed ground tonight, where our ancestors found new beginnings to honor this distinguished group of 95 medalists. Now, through their accomplishments, their selfless contributions, and their commitment to this nation's great ideals, they have absolutely woven themselves into the very fabric of America. Ralph Waldo Emerson wrote, "America is another name for opportunity." Now, it was those immigrants striving to find a better life in the land of opportunity who helped build our great nation. And what a wonderful moment it must have been for all of them to see that beacon of hope shining brightly as they sailed past Lady Jubilee. Tonight, there's another beacon shining. It's just across the harbor. Make sure you take a look at it as the sun sets below the clouds and you see darkness setting. It symbolizes America's resilience and resolve to never be defeated by those who want to destroy us. Out of the ashes of those twin towers, a new building has now risen, symbolically 1,776 feet high. It represents freedom from America's determination to overcome. The beacon, yes, that is really important. The beacon on top now shines as brightly as the American spirit itself. Tonight's medalists represent the best of the American spirit. Celebrations like this are always so important because they allow all of us to pay tribute to some of our most distinguished citizens, while they revitalize our awareness of America's diverse ethnic heritage, which is the very cornerstone of our nation's greatness. In their diversity, tonight's medalists form a tapestry of America. They represent 43 different nationalities. They share different religious beliefs and different colors of their skin. Yet, they all stand here tonight as one. They are Americans. So as we celebrate our diversity and our cherished freedom, we are reminded that tyrants still reign in at least 40 countries on this night, and cowards, they brandish weapons in efforts to silence ideas, to silence dissent. But voices will always speak louder than bullets, because you simply cannot silence an idea. Neither can you defeat a nation that finds a strength in its unity. Al-Qaeda and other hate mongers have certainly tried, but they failed to destroy us, because you simply cannot destroy the American spirit. Since the terrorist attacks of September 11th, an ad in a Pakistani newspaper. The ad offered a reward to anyone who would kill an American, any American. Well, that prompted the editorial to begin by asking the question, who is an American? An American is English or French or Italian, Polish, Russian, or Greek. An American may very well be Canadian, Mexican, African, Chinese, Korean, or Pakistani, or an Afghan. America may also be Comanche, or Cherokee, or any one of the other tribes known as Native Americans. An American is Christian, the editorial continued, or could be Jewish or Buddhist or Muslim. An American is also free to believe in no religion. For that, he will answer only to God, not to the government or armed thugs claiming to speak for the government and for God. The editorial continues, Americans welcome the best of everything, but they also welcome the least. So the editorial concludes, you can kill an American if you must. Hitler did, so did General Tojo and Stalin and Mao Zedong and other bloodthirsty tyrants of the world. But in doing so, you would just be killing yourself. Because Americans are not a particular people from a particular place. They are the embodiment of the human spirit of freedom. Everyone who holds that spirit everywhere is an American. The story has great relevance, and I look forward to the day where we don't have to necessarily rekindle the thought. We all recognize that, and let's pray for that day to come soon. Tonight's medalists have been singled out from several thousand nominees because they exemplify the leadership, the ethnic pride, and the unyielding commitment to the ideals that we value most as Americans. It was Jackie Robinson who said, it's not the thing you achieve in life that matters, it's how you change the lives of others. Medalists, you have not only changed many a life, but also, through your contributions, you have enriched them. This award is a testament to your distinguished achievements. Congratulations to you all. In the entire 28 years of this ceremony, NECO has been honored, actually blessed, to have the full participation of each branch of the U.S. Armed Forces. And tonight, we are proud that we have with us the United States Military Academy Band from West Point, under the command of Lieutenant Colonel Jim Keene, along with the New York Army National Guard, the 1st U.S. Marine Corps, the 6th Communications Battalion, the United States Navy, the Air Force ROTC, Hofstra University, Fordham University, Francis Lewis High School, as well as the New York City Joint Service Color Guard representing the United States Army, Marine Corps, Air Force, Navy, and Coast Guard. Great to have the military presence here. And as we recognize, those in the military with us, we hold in our thoughts and our prayers the courageous servicemen and women who at this very hour stand in harm's way in far off corners of the world in defense of freedom. And hopefully they'll be coming home soon, and hopefully we'll be a part of the well-deserved ticker tape parade at the Canyon of Heroes, an honor certainly well deserved. As Lincoln once said, a nation that doesn't honor its heroes will not long endure. Now, let me introduce a gentleman who would like to welcome you to Ellis Island on behalf of the National Park Service. Commissioner Joshua Laird of the National Parks of New York Harbor, he's the guy responsible for 10 national parks with 22 destinations located right here in New York City and northern New Jersey, including the Statue of Liberty and Ellis Island. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, Commissioner Laird.
Well, good evening, everyone. On behalf of the
the National Park Service and the National Parks of New York Harbor, I welcome you to Ellis Island. It's really our privilege to host you here again this evening. Ellis, along with the Statue of Liberty, is one of the great icons of America, and so having you here tonight is all too fitting. But I want to start by telling you something about the National Parks of New York Harbor, which you may not have heard of. It is the policy, planning, and coordination arm that oversees the 10 national parks and 22 individual destinations clustered around New York Harbor. These include some of our nation's most significant historical sites, telling the story of this nation from its founding, to the organizing of its government and financial system, the history of its coastal defenses, and to its peopling, both by those who came here seeking freedom and those who came in denial of freedom. Our sites and the stories they tell are all linked through a fascinating set of overlapping narratives. Though they represent different times and different facets of our history, they all tell the story of people who dreamed, struggled, and fought for what they believed in. A better life, a more secure homeland, or a government they believed in. Ellis Island is filled with echoes of the stories of 12 million people who passed through these buildings and who left the familiar behind in hopes of changing their fortunes and their families' fortunes in an unknown country and culture. In doing so, they wound up shaping the nation we have become today. In fact, I just know that my own grandparents came through Ellis Island from the Ukraine via Romania in the 1920s. From the Ellis Island years of immigration to today, urban parks have played an important role in helping immigrants adjust to life here. For some, they provide a break from the crush of a city with over 8.5 million inhabitants. For others, they provide a comforting landscape. And still for others, they provide opportunities for recreation and religious activities that are a part of their personal culture and identity. Parks are the most democratic of public spaces. They are where the melting pot bubbles with energy and hope. That is why the National Park Service is starting to focus more on cities and urban areas, where more than 80% of the people of this country now live, so that everyone can connect to our parks, greenways, trails, and waterways, and access close-to-home recreation. And through this connection, we hope to encourage a greater interest in history, a greater appreciation of diverse cultures and traditions, and raise awareness of the need for a greater interest in natural and cultural resource conservation. In doing so, we will ensure that the National Park Service is able to reflect more accurately the vibrant and diverse population of the United States, both in the experiences we offer to the people we hire to provide those experiences. NECO's mission is to honor and preserve America's diversity and to foster tolerance, respect, and understanding among religious and ethnic groups. It is a mission that complements the National Park Service's own mission to preserve and protect America's historical, cultural, and natural treasures for future generations. We do this so that these important places can continue to tell the nation's story and the story of the people who made it the country that it is today and will shape it in the years to come. On that note, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank NECO for its continuing commitment to the restoration and maintenance of Ellis Island, most recently through a donation to the park that allowed us to repair and restore service to our elevators, which were damaged during Hurricane Sandy. This generous donation will make it possible for all of our visitors to once again visit the Great Hall on the second floor and experience all that Ellis Island has to offer. So once again, thank you for being here this evening. Thank you for letting us host you, and good evening.
Thank you, Commissioner Laird. Now it is a great pleasure for me to introduce an extraordinary human being. A man with a big heart and deep pockets when it comes to helping people in need. Nazar Kazemini is an Iranian immigrant who turned opportunity into success, and he developed many businesses over the years, employing tens of thousands of people. Now, his success has benefited because he believes in giving back. We've all benefited because of him, whether it's the victims of natural disasters or individuals in need of medical attention, or simply providing plush teddy bears for me to bring to our soldiers I visited last Christmas in Afghanistan. He is certainly a man of vision and extraordinary philanthropy. Please give a warm welcome to the chairman of NATO, a man I'm so proud to call my friend, Mr. Matthew Paganini.
As the chairman of NATO, it is my honor to welcome you all to the 28th annual Ellis Island Medal of Honor ceremony. Tonight, we're celebrating the men and women who have made excellence, skills, and determination to succeed. Their achievement and contribution of our medalists are remarkable. Each of them represent the thread from which this fabric of great nation is woven. A fabric rich in color and diversity, incapable of being torn apart. Ellis Island was called the Isle of Tears, but it was also called a land of new hope. It is the hope and dream of the men and women who passed through these halls that we celebrate tonight. Many immigrants did realize their dreams in the new world, and many more worked hard to allow their children and grandchildren to realize their dreams of freedom, education, and success. You are the medalists, the realization of those dreams. We salute you. As an Iranian immigrant, I came here with not much more than just a dream. And I believe this is the only country in the world that would allow me to make my dreams come reality. I stand here on this hallowed ground in the shadow of Lady Liberty, and I speak to you not as an immigrant, but as a very proud American. Tonight, we are celebrating America and a group of its most distinguished citizens, all with different faces, but all of one family, the Ellis Island Medal of Honor family, dedicated to the principle of freedom and to the rich culture and ethnic diversity that makes our country like no other. One of my heroes